Hey YouTube, this is Slodgeball, and this will be my Raw review from the 14th of March, I think. 14th of June, or the 13th. I'm not sure. Anyway, 3-hour show. It was the All-Star night. I didn't find it too fascinating, in my opinion. It did get very boring, the 3-hour show. Yeah, so minor things that happened in the show. You had a 7-on-7 Divas match, which was a waste of time because only three Divas got into the match. Christian had a match with Rey Mysterio. This occurred after Christian was in a promo with Randy Orton. You had the announcement of Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston at Capital Punishment for the United States Championship. This is a good match to be added to the card, in my opinion. Two good developing superstars who should already be in that world title picture, but just to be on the pay-per-view, it will bring up the pay-per-view a lot. And then there was a match, Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler, I think. I probably got that wrong, but who cares. Yeah, they keep doing these weird promos, Capital Punishment. I'll talk about more of that in my Capital Punishment preview. That will probably be more of a rant. So sorry if I rant. Alberto Del Rio had a match with Kane. This sparked from at the start of the show with Stone Cold announcing the match, and then Big Show interferes, and then that's when Big Show versus Alberto Del Rio gets announced for Capital Punishment. So Big Show getting a bit of vengeance on Del Rio. Also, there was a 6-man tag match. You had Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase versus Sin Cara, Ezekiel Jackson, and Daniel Bryan. So maybe we already know maybe there'll be a Cody Rhodes Sin Cara match, or a tag match. Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase versus Sin Cara and Daniel Bryan. There has not been a tag match added to the card yet, but there probably will be a random tag match, if they bother. Anyway, now onto the major things in the show. A lot of this stuff actually linked in with other major things in the show, like Stone Cold being the guest general manager for the show. He comes out. Firstly, The Miz comes out, and then Stone Cold comes out and starts announcing all these matches. And then that's when Del Rio comes out, and that's when the matches start. So they come off, and that's when Stone Cold announces that Piper's Pit's gonna make its return, with The Miz and Alex Riley being his guests. Throughout the night, you have many. Stone Cold was talking to many people. Like at one stage, he was with Andy Levine, the Tough Enough winner, and then CM Punk comes to talk to him and thanks him for the match of CM Punk versus John Cena. Also, you had Stone Cold come out to the ring on his quad bike, boom boom boom, and the general manager starts talking crap as usual, and yeah, and then he smashes the computer, drives the quad bike over it. So you're gonna need a laptop for the third time. Also, we announced the match, R-Truth versus John Morrison. The return of John Morrison was on this episode of Raw. I'll talk a bit more about that later. Okay, so first thing, the CM Punk versus John Cena match. I didn't find this one fascinating at all. It was quite I wouldn't say boring, but CM Punk had all the offense. John Cena did 3 things. Did those shoulder charges. I did that slam, and did the I think he did the 5-knuckle shuffle, and then yeah, he got distracted by R-Truth. R-Truth was pretty much in the entire show tonight. He was the main person in the show tonight. It was really building up the John Cena versus R-Truth match at Capital Punishment. Anyway, yeah, CM Punk ends up getting the win. It was a very lackluster match. I thought it could have been a bit more entertaining if John Cena got a bit more offense into the match, but CM Punk completely dominated him, and maybe that will try and make us believe that R-Truth can possibly win the WWE Championship. Which he won't. Because, you know, John Cena, they've currently got John Cena and Randy Orton as champions. Hell, 5 years down the track, they can still be the bloody world champions. Like, you have Randy Orton being the world champion for 5 years. And no one finds it surprising because, like, you're just so highly, like, merited in the WWE. Anyway, the return of John Morrison was tonight. I was on this episode of Raw. R-Truth comes out for a promo, and then when he comes out for his match, John Morrison doesn't appear. So R-Truth's wondering what's going on. Like, John Morrison, are you scared? And then his music plays again, and nothing happens. So R-Truth goes backstage and sees John Morrison lying on the ground. So and there's like this like carriage, and he pushes it into John Morrison. So who knows how much more he's going to be out for now. Maybe that was just a one-off thing. And also, Piper's Pit made its return. Roddy Piper had his guests, The Miz and Alex Riley. They were just talking out their differences. And then that's when Stone Cold made the announcement of the match. The Miz versus Roddy Piper, with the special guest referee being Alex Riley. And this was just, I don't know, they might have... we're 2 minutes short, so I'll just quickly put a match, like a useless match on between these two. So Piper ends up winning. Gets him into a roll up, 1, 2, 3. Alex Riley does the fast count, and the Miz runs out furious. But the Miz at the end of the day will be winning the match between him and Alex Riley, even though Alex Riley's been really hot. That's my Raw review. It was pretty, yeah, I'd give it probably a 6 out of 10, probably a 5.75. It was pretty lackluster, I have to admit. Next week, got another 3-hour episode of Raw. What is it? The Power to the People Raw, I think Stone Cold said. Yeah, so if that was mine, I would try and make the show as bad as possible by making a Randy Orton and John Cena match, or a like a CM Punk versus Christian match or something, just to fuck up the order. WWE, that's just me, but like if I were to pick matches, I would have John Morrison and CM Punk. That would be good. Have Alex Riley and The Miz again. I believe that would be a good match. And if it's like a inter-brand show, you could have like Christian fighting people like John Cena, like giving him that credit he deserves, and have people and like have matches like Alberto Del Rio versus like Kofi Kingston or Dolph Ziggler, or no, not Dolph Ziggler, Evan Bourne or something. Like, I really want WWE to start mixing up the matches. Like, it's just the same every like time now. Like, you got CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio at Capital Punishment. They had a big feud last year. You've got Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston at Capital Punishment for the United States title. They had a big feud last year with the Intercontinental title. Like, WWE don't mix up their matches very well. I know they've been really good, but you should try and start mixing them up, because if those matches were so good, how can you make them better? Like, yeah, so hopefully they start mixing up the matches as they are doing. Christian's been in the main event 3 pay-per-views in a row now. R-Truth got a World Championship match. It looks like CM Punk's next in line to get a championship match, and then maybe they might start having triple threats and fatal 4-ways. Now there's like the return of John Morrison, Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, you got like all those different types of superstars that now can like be world championship like material, and you need to give John Cena a bit more competition. Like he's versus CM Punk tonight, which will likely be his next opponent for the world title. And then you can have people like Del Rio. I'm pretty sure Del Rio is gonna face John Cena at SummerSlam anyway. So anyway, that was my Raw review. Comment on how you think it went. Subscribe up there. See ya.